ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So here we see finally Mother Satī takes the decision that this body which was given to her by Daksha is a contaminated body. Why it is contaminated? Because it is born from a person who is offenses personified, incarnation of offenses. He is embodiment of envy. From such an envious and offensive body, this byproduct has come, my body. So, I am different from this body. And this body is given to me by my father. So better to give this body up and take another suitable, better body. Because this situation is not very favorable for devotional service. This is an offensive situation. So better to give up this body. And anyway, I do not die. It's not that the soul dies. We will find Satī, after quitting this body, takes a new body. That is also described later on in the coming chapters. So, Prabhupada is explaining that Satī, because of two reasons, must have learned this art of quitting the body at her will. Yogis who have become perfected in mystic yoga system, they learn to control the prana in this body. After they have learned to control the different airs circulating in the body, at their will, they can raise the soul to the skull slowly, gradually, and at a proper time, when the situation is good, they can quit this body from the skull. From the top of the skull, the soul will leave the body, and by the power of mystic yoga, this body will be burned to ash. And the yogi leaves, the soul leaves this body. And the yogi can decide. So he is not exactly under the control of laws of nature to quit his body. He has to quit his body. That he cannot surpass. He can live a long life for a very long time. He can live in the same body for a long time. But he has to leave this body someday or other. But he can decide when he will leave his body, at which opportune moment he will leave his body. Just like Krishna says, there are two ways the soul can leave this body. It can be in darkness or it can be in light. So either in ignorance the soul leaves this body or in full knowledge. So there are times it is said that if the body lives in darkness, it has to come back. And if the body lives in light, then it doesn't require to come back. So there are opportune moment, a proper time. And of course, Lord Krishna assures Arjuna, for a devotee, all these things are not required. Because a devotee is always thinking of the Supreme Lord. Anytime he leaves this body, it is most auspicious because he is surrounded by chanting of the holy name, remembrance of the Supreme Lord. So, and Krishna personally takes care of the devotee. So, devotee does not have to worry about what time he leaves, whether he leaves in Shukla Paksha or Krishna Paksha or this time or that time. Whereas the yogis, they have no other way. They are not dependent on the Supreme Lord. So, they take control of when to leave this body. So, if they want, they can go to the higher planets, and gradually, if the yogi becomes perfected in spiritual life and later on becomes a great devotee, yes, he can also go back to Godhead. But devotional service is the most important thing, and that is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita at the end of 6th chapter, that the best yogi is one who is intimately connected with him by devotional service. So even if a mystic yogi has to perfect his life of going back to Godhead, he has to become a devotee. He has to surrender to the Supreme Lord. But if he is not perfected, that yes, he can leave his body at an opportune moment, he can again take birth in this material world, or he can go to heavenly planets, enjoy there for a long time. All these things are possible by mystic yoga process. So Satī has learnt this, Prabhupada says, because there could be two reasons. One is, her husband is Yogeshwara, the master of mystics. So, as a wife of great personality Yogeshwara, she must have learned this art of quitting the body from him. Or because she belonged to the family of Daksha, who was also a great mystic yogi in that sense. And probably she would have learned this art from her father. Either way, she knew this art, and that is what we are seeing. Finally, she has decided to quit her body. Now she sat down on the ground, facing north direction, controlling her breath, everything. And she is now fully absorbed in meditation. So, with this thought now, she wants to quit her body. Now, this is important for devotees to understand, that we have to come to this point of understanding that actually this body is material. As a spirit soul, actually the soul has nothing to do with this body. But there is a difference between the yogis and the devotees. Yogis think this body to be practically useless and they just want to discard this body and they want to go to higher planets, enjoy the life there. Whereas devotees, they have proper understanding that yes, I am not this body, I should not be attached to this body very much, because now or later this body will perish. What is there to become attached to this body which is going to perish one day? Why we should become attached? Suppose we become attached, what are we going to gain? Today or tomorrow, I have to leave this body. So what is the use of becoming attached to this body? Devotee's understanding is, this body is given by the Lord according to my karma. Now, I should make the best use of this body. This is called making best use of the bad bargain. This body is not a very good bargain. This body is going to be destroyed one day. It is not eternal body, this body which we are having now. It's a bad bargain. I have been captured in this body. I am shackled in this body. Goal of my life is to become detached from this body, to become detached from all material circumstances, go back to Godhead. This material world does not befit a devotee. It is said, padam padam yad vipadam na tesham. Devotee does not want to remain in this temporary material world. It is not befitting him. So that's why Prabhupada said we should go back to Godhead. We have to go back to Godhead. This is not our eternal home. This is a temporary home we have come. We have made it our home. Otherwise, this is not our home. Tamsoma Jyotirgama. Vedic literatures are also saying this material world by nature is tamas, and actually the soul does not belong to this tamas. It should go to Jyotir. And that Krishna explains, Nayad bhasyate suryo, na shashanko na pavakaha. This material world requires daylight, night light, otherwise by nature it is dark. We don't belong to this world. We have to go back to Godhead. So, devotees have this understanding that actually I should not become attached to this body, but at the same time I should understand this body has been given to me for whatever reason of my karma. I should utilize this body for the service of the Lord. That is the understanding. Once this body is dedicated to the spiritual master and to the service of the Lord, we should understand that this body belongs to the Lord. That is a proper understanding of a devotee. It is given to me, but it should be utilized in the service of the Lord. Why this understanding? Rupa Goswami explains. Because prapanchikataya buddhya hari sambandhi vastuna. This is Hari Sambandhi. It has nothing to do with me. It is energy of the Lord. If it is belonging to the Lord, where is the question of renouncing it? It never belonged to me. Prabhupada says that. It doesn't belong to you. That is why the definition of bhakti is Rishikesh Sevanam. The Supreme Lord has to be served. The master of the senses has to be served with the senses because he is the master. So first understanding is, I am not this body. This body is given to me by my karma. But it belongs to the Supreme Lord. Krishna says that in Bhagavad Gita. He is Kshetragna, Sarva Kshetreshu Bharata. He is the proprietor of all the bodies. So, the proper thing is, this mentality has to be given up that this is my body. This is real renunciation. And now to use this body for the real proprietor. This is real renouncement, real responsibility. So, I should take care of this body as much as possible, but not become attached to this body as if I cannot serve the Lord without this body. Body is becoming diseased and we have become very attached to this body. Isn't it? Doesn't matter. Some situation has come that I have become diseased. I will render the best service in that situation. Krishna will be pleased. Krishna is not pleased by the amount of service rendered. What service we can render to him? He is Vibhu, great. What service can we render? I may be thinking in my term, I will do big services. What big service you will do? We are so tiny, what big service we will do? In our terms, we are thinking like this. Krishna is called Bhavagrahi Janardana. In whatever situation you are in, whatever situation, suppose you are in a very diseased condition. Let us say very diseased condition. You cannot even get up and do some service. In that situation, what is the best you can do for the Lord? Let us say you can hear Krishna Katha. You can chant the holy name of the Lord. Krishna is pleased by that. And if by the mercy of the Lord, body becomes better, you can use this body again for his service. This should be the understanding, not that the devotee has become attached to this body, this dead body. That is not the idea. But yes, this body should be utilized in the service of the Lord. So we find Prabhupada in one of his disciples, Jayananda, was a very advanced disciple of Srila Prabhupada. Right from the beginning, once he accepted Srila Prabhupada as his spiritual master, he did not care for his material body at all. All his savings, whatever he used to have, he would give it to Srila Prabhupada. And he was pioneer in fulfilling the desire of Srila Prabhupada of conducting Rath Yatras everywhere. He was the one who actually built that Rathas. So, I will read few letters which Prabhupada wrote to him and about his disappearance. How Jayananda used his body completely for his spiritual master. This is in February 77, just before Jayananda passed away. He was very diseased. He was having blood cancer and he was undergoing treatment. And whatever money he had saved, he did not use it for his treatment. He donated it to Srila Prabhupada, writing, Prabhupada, this body is diseased, so I do not bother about this. I would better like to give this donation for you. So Prabhupada wrote back to him, My dear Jayananda, please accept my blessings. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your letter dated February 21st, 1977. Prabhupada wrote him reply on 26th February. He received the letter on 21st. 21st it was written. I thank you for the check as well as the nice sentiment you have expressed. In the beginning, you also gave me $5,000 and now again you have sent. This body is today or tomorrow finished. So Prabhupada is appreciating the sentiment expressed by Jayananda that actually what is this material body? Today or tomorrow it will be finished. So Prabhupada is saying, this body is today or tomorrow finished. We should not be very much bothered about this body. Trees also live for thousands of years. This is what a devotee should think. What is there great about living for a very long time? I will maintain this body for a very long time. Prabhupada is saying, what is that? Trees are living for 500, 600 years. Is it very advantageous life? Is it very significant life? Isn't it? So living a long life is not significant. Living a life full of Krishna consciousness every moment, that is significant. Even if one lives for few years, but every moment he is Krishna conscious, that is far greater than living 500 years without Krishna consciousness, simply breathing like a dead body. Trees also live for thousands of years, but that does not mean a successful life. Successful life is one of Krishna consciousness. By grace of Krishna, from the very beginning you are a devotee, and that is the real profit of your life. I thank you for the check, but I would prefer you may require this money for your treatment. So if you like, I can return it. But I hear that you have some income. I pray to Krishna for your more advanced Krishna conscious life. About a sadhu it is said, Jiva va marava, sadhu may live or die, it does not matter. While living, he is engaged in Krishna conscious business, and when dying, he goes back home, back to Godhead, hoping you find improving in your health. So this is a letter Prabhupada wrote. And then when Jayananda passed away, Prabhupada wrote another letter. My dear Jayananda, please accept my blessings. I am feeling very intensely your separation. In 1967, you joined me in San Francisco. You were driving my car and chanting Hare Krishna. You were the first man to give me some contribution, $5,000, for printing my Bhagavad Gita. After that, you have rendered very favorable service to Krishna in different ways. I so hope at the time of your death you were remembering Krishna, and as such you have been promoted to the eternal association of Krishna. If not, if you had any tinge of material desire, you have gone to the celestial kingdom to live with the demigod for many thousands of years and enjoy the most opulent life of material existence. From there, you can promote yourself to the spiritual world. But even if one fails to promote himself to the spiritual world, at that time he comes down again on the surface of this globe and takes birth in a big family like a yogi or a brahmana or an aristocratic family. where there is again chance of reviving Krishna consciousness. But as you were hearing Krishna Kirtana, I am sure you were directly promoted to Krishna Loka. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo vetti tatvataha tyaktva deham punarjanmana iti mameti so Arjuna. Krishna has done a great favor to you not to continue your diseased body and has given you a suitable place for your service. Thank you very much, your ever well-wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Then, this was on the 5th May, after passing away of Jayananda Prabhu. Then on 11th May, Prabhupada wrote to Rameshwar, Jayananda's death is glorious. It is very good that he had started. What is the use? It is very good that he had stated. This is the letter he had written to Prabhupada. Prabhupada is quoting that. What is the use of such a useless body? Better to give it up. So this is what he had written. So Prabhupada is saying, he had stated. He has left his body very wonderfully and he has been transferred to Vaikuntha. I have already sent a condolence letter for publication in Back to Godhead. Everyone should follow the example of Jayananda. I am very proud that I had such a nice disciple. If possible, Jayananda's picture should be hung in the Ratha of Lord Jagannatha, and in all our temple a day may be set aside for holding a festival in his honor, just as we do on the disappearance day of the other great Vaishnavas. See? So this is the actual use of this body. So Satī has understood that she is not this material body. This situation is not very favorable. Better to give up this unfavorable situation. I'll go to a better situation. Similarly, we should not be very attached to one kind of situation in this material life and become attached. So that is our material attachment. That means we have not learned the first lesson of Bhagavad Gita. I am not this material body. That's a very essential lesson. Until and unless we understand I am not this material body, where is our advancement in spiritual life? That is what we should think. So we'll stop with this Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Vishwa Guru Srila Prabhupada ki